Hey there Planner fam, in this video I'm sharing how I use my weekly insert as part of my functional planner setup, but I've made some tweaks since I last shared my functional weekly video, which I think was last month. I was inspired by something that Sam Plans does. She posted a video, I think it was yesterday. I saw it as soon as it was posted near enough and absolutely loved something that she was doing. So I'm incorporating that into my system, as well as a few tweaks I've made to my monthly. So I'm going to share those two hacks for functional planning. Yeah, I'm going to call them, no, not hacks, just some functional planning tips. But first, from my last video, I've got an absolute fave comment that I want to share with you. So first, Coral Creates says, I think the traveler's planner being added in with a method that works for you is perfect. The Traveler's Notebook system is all about slotting in the things you need. So while you've got a ring system compared to the Traveler's Elastic, I think it's a great method to use. And if it's functional and makes it easier for you to plan, then that's a win and not at all cheating. Besides, planning isn't a competition or a test, so we can't cheat our systems. I absolutely love that. I don't know about you, but sometimes I do need that reminder that planning isn't a competition or a test. You're not going to be marked down if you do something differently or something doesn't quite work out, or if you MacGyver something or combine different systems. That's not cheating. So I just wanted to share that, and if you agree, definitely go and show that comment some love. It's on my previous video and I have pinned it to the top, but there'll be a link in the description. So let's get to this video now. Here we are in my weekly spread, but effectively planning my week actually begins with my monthly spread. And the system that I'm using at the moment is an inbox for each month where I can log all of the incoming, outgoing stuff, the to-dos, the errands, the waiting fors, the need to chase or follow up on. All of that can get logged in here as it comes to me. And I will tend to use my phone. So I will tend to the Notes app on my phone. I will use that to log anything. If I'm out and about and I'm reminded of something, I will pop it on the Notes app, set a reminder for me to add it into my inbox later. So that's how I manage my sort of, it's like a brain dump of everything that I need to do within the month. Anything that doesn't get done and needs to be transferred to the following month to be done will be transferred over, if that makes sense. So January will have an inbox, February will have an inbox, and so on. And then I'm using this month on one page. Now I was using it a month on 2 pages, and it was a calendar grid but spread across 2 pages. And my brain, yes, the space was quite good because I could write things in there, but my brain just wasn't really loving it. And if I added in the stickers, the little mini icon stickers, as well as writing things on there, it was just beginning to get really messy, and my brain was being a little bit broken by it. So I've decided to go back to having the month on one page. I've got the calendar grid at the top where I'm using the mini icon stickers so I can visually see how my week or how my month is looking, and I can see it week by week, so I quite like that breakdown. But then underneath I've also got this calendar list style, like the bullet journal way of doing things. Now this is more to get slightly granular on the things that these icons might represent. So this is like a running list to me. Now my brain doesn't 100% love it. I'm going to make a tweak to this insert in that I need to see where the weekends are so that I can quickly hone into the week by week breakdown of the list. So I'll probably do that with maybe doing a Saturday and Sunday dates in bold italic. Might be a way. I'll see what that looks like. But at the moment I've decided to just use my highlighter to mark off of the weeks as they've passed, just to make it easy for me to see. I don't need to worry about this stuff. I'm now looking at this part here. And then I'm just using this little page flag to indicate the current week as well. So that's where this begins now, or in terms of my weekly planning, it begins here with the inbox, and then seeing what I've got to do, all of the incoming, outgoing things, fitting them around the commitments that I already have. And the reason that I wanted to be able to have my monthly insert on one page was because I wanted to be able to then bring it with me, as it were, to my weekly spread when I'm actually planning my week, so I can easily have it just next door, map out all of the commitments that are already going on for that week, and then start fitting everything else in. Now here's where I'm utilising something that I saw on Sam Plans. I think it was yesterday she published a video. I watched it not too long after it had gone live. Or was it Saturday? No, it would have been Sunday. And she was talking about her workouts that she wants to do. And she actually had them written on these little page flags. And I thought that that is such a great idea, because I might have the best intention of doing a kettlebell workout tonight, but being a lady of a certain age, like I'm in my late 40s, my cycles sometimes have different ideas about what I can and cannot be doing, and they might just surprise me with that. So my intention is it'd be great to do a kettlebell workout after work tonight. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, then I may have to move it elsewhere. And the thing is, I had trouble because I was penning things in, and then when I wasn't doing them, I felt like I had failed somehow. So by having these little page flags, that if I have to move something, I don't feel as bad, is really great. And then the other thing that I really loved about her method of using these page flags is that I've got 4 different workouts, and I want to try and do 3 of them a week. But as and when I do them, so that will just go there. And sorry, that one should be there. My battery died when I was recording this. So this is my second time recording. So I'm just going to pop that back there. This can also serve as a trigger list for the workouts that I want to try and do. So I can just stick them on my this week page marker and see, okay, this week I'd like to try and do a jump rope session. If I know that I'm going to be on my cycle, then I might decide to just do some sort of stretching workout, something a bit more calming. If I'm sort of more towards the like my cycle has just ended and I'm in that more energetic phase, then I might tackle a kettlebell workout or do maybe a jump rope or a stair climber or what have you. But having these little things, these little page flags, I think is going to be really cool. I've literally just implemented this into my system. And another thing I want to try and do every week is record a YouTube video. I want to try and get into a weekly rhythm of publishing videos again. That would be fabulous, but it doesn't always happen because, as I said, energy levels fluctuate for me. I might have the best intention to cram a whole bunch of things into one day, and then I might have a particularly challenging day at work coming up with a design and it's just not flowing and there's too many problems to try and solve, and I come home and my brain is just fried, and the last thing I want to do is be all upbeat and high energy on a video. I just want to get into my bed and pull my duvet over my head. But having it on these page flags, I feel like, again, it's that reminder, that trigger list reminder on my this week page marker that these are the things I want to do. Where can I fit them into my week? And if they need to shift and change, then they can. This really is the thing where these are the commitments. These are the things that I absolutely have to do that get jotted down on my monthly insert, and once they are transferred onto the weeklies, it's like, now where can I fit in all of these other things that I'd like to achieve for the week? So I hope you're tracking with me thus far. As you can see in here, I do time block out my working shifts. I don't now log in all of the different things, the meetings, what have you, that I'm doing on those days, because that's taken care of in my project planner, which is where I'm using that traveler's journal situation in a unique way, shall we say? And then I'm just testing out, because it felt so repetitive to keep writing, wake up, get ready, school run, wake up, get ready, school run, and then pick up kids. It's just like, it is going to happen at 6 a.m. every day that I need to get up and get ready. At 8, I need to get the kids off to school. So I've just drawn a line through it, but visually I'm not loving how it looks. Maybe actually I should just repetitively keep writing it. I don't know, but that's where I'm at with that. Is there anything else I want to do? One other thing that I've done. A post-it note. So I've put this post-it note in here. It's actually this block of stickies that I've just chopped in half so that they fit within the column, but I can still see the hours. Now I've got a day off on Thursday, and I had my pen in hand and I was thinking about the things that I want to do on Thursday. And Sam plans, she also had this post-it note situation going on in her planner. Like, I love me a post-it note. I've got some notes on this post-it note, so for the month, if there are any little things that I need to jot down that don't really live within a weekly or a monthly insert, I will just pop them on a post-it note and stick them on the monthly divider. I love me a little post-it note, especially paper ones, because I don't want to have to make sure I've got a special pen to write on transparent sticky notes. That just doesn't work for me. So anyway, back to the point. I was looking at my day off and thinking, yeah, there's a few things that I'd love to achieve in this day. But when it came to writing those things down onto the time blocks, I just felt a bit of resistance, because I'm like, this is meant to be a day off. I want it to be easy breezy. I don't want there to be an itinerary or a schedule that I'm checking off things on the time blocks as I do them. I want it to be a little bit more relaxed, and I don't want to feel overwhelmed. And that's when I thought, let me just utilize my love of sticky notes and just list them out on the sticky note over the block of time that I've got in between the school run. They're not assigned to, at 9 a.m. I will finalise the insurance, swiftly followed by getting my butt to the gym. It is more like, this is just a list of things that I want to achieve. And then I've just given myself a reminder to prioritise what matters most. These are what matter most to me within this block of time. When they get completed within this block of time isn't as important, as long as I work through them, as long as I start off by doing the boring thing first, which is finalise the insurance, then go to the gym. I want to enjoy a lunch date with my husband, and then I'd love to be able to work on my planner inserts a little bit after, before going to get the kids. So yeah, I quite like that as a way of committing to something but without it feeling rigid, if that makes sense. So that's another thing that I might utilise more in my planner moving forward. Now, one other thing that I'm thinking of doing, and I'm not sure about this, it's a bit quirky, and well, it's not that quirky, is the whole reason why I've got my monthly insert on one page now is, as I said, so that I can move it with me to see it with my week when I'm planning out my week. But then I had a brainwave of maybe I should do some sort of fold out situation. So still having the monthly cover page, but then when you open it up, here is my month on one page that I can then just have with me for that current week. And I'm thinking I could also fold it over, and it could be almost like a marker for my current week. And then what I loved about this, and another reason why I'm going to test it out for February, is it would give me a chance, or this page would be a space to plan out a goal, or have something that I want to achieve, like the big picture aspirations that I'm working towards. So I could have it here on this page, so when I turn to my weekly spread, it's boom, it's there, I can see it. It's a reminder of, oh yeah, this is what I'm working towards. And if I'm planning like how I'm going to, if there are any little action steps within this goal, are any of them able to fit in within my schedule for the current week? And then, as I said, I've got my month there, so I've got that bird's eye view of what is happening. If something in this week needs to shift, like I don't know, maybe I've got my little sticky note list of things that I wanted to achieve on Friday. Friday is my official day off work, but I've got holiday day off on the Thursday. But maybe on Friday I want to utilise this little sticky note list, and maybe I don't get through all of the items, and then I'm looking at my following week and thinking, well, could I fit one of them in on Monday after work perhaps? So this is what I'm loving about this, potentially. And then just having an end of month review on the inside, and it's all being kind of together. Now, I'm not sure about this whole fold out kind of situation. I might not love it. I might feel like, well, actually this is now hiding my week. And then there's also the whole, like, my inbox is now a little bit too far, or I've got to fold this over when I'm doing my like monthly planning. I'm not sure. I see some pitfalls in it, but then I also see some advantages in it. So yes, I've sketched it out to see, okay, actually, how does this work? And now it's a case of designing it on the laptop. So what do you guys think? Have you used something like this? You're probably going to tell me, oh, Chloe, such and such makes one like this, and then da-da-da makes one that's like this. And I'm sure it's not a new invention by any means, because within Filofax you have like the fold-out months, and or not fold-out months, the fold-out year at a glance. So I know there are like fold-out systems within planners already. But yeah, what are you guys thinking? I potentially might love it, but I know there are things that I might hate about it. But anyway, here are some of the supplies that I'm using with this new setup. So I've got these sticky tabs that I'm using for my things that I would like to do, like my trigger list that's kind of movable. And then these highlighters, what I'm doing is, rather than marking on here, this is when I want to do, what was purple? Or lilac-y, stretching. I want to do a stretch out workout on the 16th. Rather, I'm coming in here and after the fact logging when I actually did certain workouts, so that I can quite quickly see what I've done in the month, like how active have I been, how many pink swipes do I have versus the blue or the grey, and then look and see how those relate to the workouts and see, am I equally balancing my workouts. And also with the recording of YouTube videos, what I'm thinking is I've just put an order in with Papertarie for her mini drops. Her drops. And now I've got her mini drops and I've got the large drops, which I don't use. But I'm thinking with the medium size drops, which I've just ordered, I could use those to highlight when I've actually recorded a YouTube video. I want to really see that, because my goal is to do one video a week. And yes, I've got the little icon for when I've recorded a video, and I've got an icon for editing a video, but actually what I want to see is when am I publishing, or when have I published a video, and have that like visual snapshot. So yes, that is that, you guys. I will pop a link to all of the different supplies that I've used. A lot of them are from Amazon, actually. The page flags were, I think, like a bumper pack from Amazon. The paper sticky notes were Amazon. And these markers, although I love how they look, they're really aesthetic, and the colours are really like pastel, millennial vibes. The inside, the lid, it's like this. There's lots of ridges. So if you don't put the pen in exactly down the centre, you end up busting up the nib. As you can see here, I have totally ruined that nib where I've just gone to put it in and it hasn't quite worked out. So that's the only downside to these. They look cute, but they don't actually function particularly well. Wah, wah. Anyway, that is it for this video. If you leave me a comment below, well, firstly, thank you for watching, and thank you for commenting if you do comment. But if it's a really good comment that I think more of us need to hear, I will definitely pin it and maybe even shout you out at the start of my next video that I am going to record next week, because I am going to nail that weekly cadence of publishing videos. So until the next time, pal and friend, bye! Like, I used something different on my hair and it's made it go a bit weird and floofy. I'm not sure. We'll just roll with it.